Okay. Okay. In last sessions, we discussed about all like Git flow, Git pull, fetch, clone, commit. That right after cloning, we for the latest changes we use pull. Then while committing, we add to staging area, then commit, then push. Right. So how to create a new branch? Check out to that we discuss. Next, merging I'll discuss later. Next merging I'll discuss in some time. That is important. Uh, Next, I have when we create a new branch, how to push it. So create a new branch. This is how we have to put git push origin, if a new origin or origin, and the name of the branch. It will push the changes. Okay. Then there is one important thing we have to learn. Then we'll go to other topics. Marginal. First, let me discuss about one more topic called as git fetch and pull. See, when we clone a repository or create a repository, there will be one .git right folder. What is this? This is my local Git repository, right? So while committing the change, okay, if this is my this if this is my local repository, this sorry local. This is called as workspace. Wherever my physical files exist, right? These are called as my workspace. This under my repository. This is my local repository. This is my workspace, but the actual repository is this one .git folder. These are the physical files, right? This is called as workspace. Okay. Now inside my workspace, there is one local Git repository that is .git, right? So when I add a file into staging area, so I'll be adding some logical location, right? And whenever I commit it, it will be added into local Git, and from here I'll push it to GitHub repository. What about pulling, right? When you pull the changes, git pull, right? The local changes will come into this local Git repository. Means if someone has committed the changes into this GitHub repository, same like me, someone has connected and committed few files and pushed here. Now, if someone push those files, if I pull the changes, first the versioning, everything has to be updated, right? That will be updated in the .git repository. Then the changes will be updated in the physical workspace as well, right? Pull. When we pull the changes will be pulled. It will update the .git repository, means local repository, and also the workspace, right? So when you pull that, the versioning of the latest changes someone pushed to GitHub, those will be updated here, and also the changes will be updated on the physical files, means in the workspace. But there is one more command called as fetch. There is one more command called as fetch. What this will do, it will just pull the changes. It will just pull the changes into your local Git. That's it. It will not update the changes. It will just pull the changes. If you want to update the changes, you have to use one more command called as merge. Merge. So what it will do, merge can be used in different ways. This is one of the way. This is one of the way. So when we fetch the changes, using git fetch command, when we fetch the changes in git fetch command, it is going to get the changes from GitHub repository to your local Git repo. That's it. It is not going to update the changes. But if you want to update the changes from here to your local workspace and all, then you have to use git merge. So instead of using fetch and merge separately, we can use pull. Pull equal to fetch plus merge. One of the topmost interview question in Git. Okay, and one of the famous topic what we have to learn. Okay, so pull, what it will do, it will get the changes from remote repository to your local Git and also update the workspace. But fetch will just take it here, and if you want to use them, update the changes, you have to use merge. So pull equal to fetch plus merge. Understood, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is about fetch and merge. This is one important question. Merge can be used in different ways. This is one of the way. It can be used for different purposes. I'll discuss that as well. Next, fetch merge we discussed. Next, let me explain something about this .git repository. Okay, I'll explain something about .git repository. So if I get into .git repository, right? There is few files and folders here. There is something called as head. If I open this, okay, let me open this. What it is showing? It is showing refs heads sample. Okay, refs heads sample. What is this sample? This is one of the branch we created yesterday. Now, if I go here into my repository, if I type logs, git log, right? It is showing, right, from, okay, it is showing like this. This is the first commit, and the top one is the latest commit. In the latest commit, it is saying we are pointing to sample branch. There are some other branches created, test, something it is showing. Okay, so this is the latest commit, and we are currently connected to sample branch, right? So head is sample branch, means anywhere wherever you see head version means the latest version ID or the latest commit ID. Okay, this is the latest commit ID, right? Whenever we created test, right, this branch or pulled or committed, what is the latest commit ID? When I pull the latest changes from my GitHub repository, so someone has committed the latest commit, right? That ID will be the latest commit ID. If I do a commit, then my commit ID will be the head version, means the latest commit ID. Head version is nothing but the latest commit ID. Either you committed or else someone committed and you pull the changes, whatever it is in your GitHub repository branch. In that branch, what is the latest commit ID? That is called as head version. Now, if you want to see that head version, if you go to this head file is there, right? This head file will have the path to your branch. So now what is our current connected branch? If I type here, my current connected branch is sample. Anyways, it will show here, but we have to check here. It will not be shown always. Okay, in all OSs. So here it is showing a sample. But if I go here in this file, is it showing that path? ref/head/ at the last, it is showing a sample. So this file should give you the location of your branch, means your current connected branch. Now, what is the path? refs/heads/sample. This file should contain the latest commit ID. If I type this git log, what it contains? The latest commit ID, F4C something. Is it having? Yes. So always, this is not required, but just knowledge purpose I'm giving. So always in your GitHub repository, there is one head file. This head file should contain the path of your latest commit ID. So here, if I open this, what it was showing? It is showing the path ref/head/sample, means I'm currently connected to this sample branch. So the latest commit ID of this sample branch is present inside this path, refs heads sample. So if I go here, refs heads sample, this is the latest commit ID. Always these two files should be like this only. So header file should contain the path. And if I go into that path, that file should have the latest commit ID. Okay. So if something is wrong, if this file is not having the commit ID, if this file is not having the commit ID, or else like if it is not having a correct commit ID, if I modify that, if I remove something and add something, incorrect commit ID, right? Or else if this head file is not having the correct path, instead of this path, it has a direct number, that commit ID here, instead of the path, if the head file has the direct commit ID, then it means you cannot use your Git repository properly, means that got corrupted, it means. Okay, that is internal learning, that how it will be internally. Okay, for now you remember, I'll discuss about that later. Okay, just remember that. Okay, head file should contain the path for the branch, and if you go to that path, it should have a commit ID. Now if I change that, git checkout, if I check out git checkout develop, if I give it, I switch to development branch. If I type this git branch, I'm connected into development branch. Now tell me, what is the path here in the, it will show here in the head file.
Which branch we are connected?
Branch.
Yeah, refs/head/develop. If I go to that path, this file I have to open now, right? If I open this, what is my correct connected ID? F4. Both the branches have same commit ID. Don't think that this both the branches will have same commit ID. Who knows? Maybe I committed one more, I did one more commit into development branch. Here, the latest commit ID it will show. But if I go to that sample branch, it will show some other commit ID. Okay, fine. Next. Now just think, I have two branches, right? Develop and sample, right? Both has same versions, same version. Log, if I type git log, just now I showed anyhow. So it is also having that F4C same commit ID. Now what I want to do is, I want to make changes to this branch. I want to make changes to this branch. I want to make a commit here inside this file. Modified in develop branch and made commit. Okay, this is the text I want to add. Okay, I added just text. In real time, we'll write Java code, but just for our understanding purpose, I'm writing Java code, HTML, CSS, any code. If a file, it is a file. That's it. In GitHub, it doesn't mean that it should be Java extension. It should be something text section. It can be anything. It will track, either it is a text file, document, whatever it is, it will track. Okay.
Sir,
So
is it tracks jar file, war file, all those things?
Jar, if you modify that, yes, it will track that also.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, fine. Now, if I type this git status, it is showing as modified file. I'm going to add this git add dot git commit -m testing branch merging. Okay, next git push. I'm doing. I no need to give git push develop here. Why? Because actually when there are multiple branches, see, earlier we had only main branch in this GitHub repository, but later we created so many branches, right? So while pushing, you have to give git push origin develop. But if you don't give this origin, by origin means what? Repository URL. By default, that if I type git remote -v, origin equal to that repository URL, it will show. And branch is current connected branch. If you don't give the branch name here, it will take that current connected branch. So these two are optional. Branch name, if you don't give, it will treat that current connected branch. So it will push the changes from your current connected branch to that GitHub repository branch with the same name, current connected branch. If you don't give origin, no problem, it will take the default origin. Okay, I pushed it already, my changes are pushed. So let me go to GitHub. Again, I need to log in. Just let me pass the. Okay, this is the branch. Just now I made a commit, right? So it is like 2 minutes ago, you made a commit into this my GitHub repository, right? Who made? This person made. Now, if I go to this commits, right? This is a commit testing branch merging like that. So it is showing this. I removed this line, means there was one line. Instead of that line, I added these many lines. It is showing. Okay, one line. So you said right minus, it is showing. So this is line has been removed. In place of that one line, these many lines are there. It is showing 3 lines added. Okay, fine. Next, now the code is present in development branch. If I go to something like QA branch, 6 here only 5 commits are there. Here only 5 commits are there. But in my development branch, 6 commits are there. Means I made one extra commit, latest commit into this branch. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, yes, sir.
Now, this development branch are used by developers. Now I want to move the changes to QA branch. Why? Because we want to deploy that code into QA. So DevOps automation, just think DevOps automation is enabled for QA branch to deploy into QA server. I want to merge the changes from develop to QA. How to merge the changes, right? So if we go to how to merge the changes between one branch to other branches, we have to get into this pull request, right? So pull request is the option we use to merge the changes from one branch to the other branch. Pull request is the option we use to merge the changes from one branch to the other. Now I want to move the changes from development to QA. This is how. So go to pull request, create one pull request from where to where? From development to QA. See the arrow mark here. Compare, this is a base branch. I'm moving from development to QA. If there is an issues, it will show that error here, but there are no issues. It is saying able to merge. Yes, no problem. You can merge that. Okay. You can merge the changes. Now development to QA it is showing. Okay. Select this. This arrow mark is important. You want to merge the changes from development is a from branch. 2 is destination is QA. Next, create pull request. Right. Give a message why you are merging. To give a proper message, else it will take some default message. I'm leaving it as default message. Create pull request, right? After creating the pull request, you have to merge that. Okay. So merge, it just a request has been created. Now yourself, you are approving that request and confirm that. That's it. So you created a request to merge the changes from development to QA, right? You are creating a pull request. You are creating a request to merge the changes from development to QA, and then after creating the request, you itself has merged that. Means you confirmed that. Okay, now the changes has been merged. Now if I go here, see this, I'm under development branch, 6 commits are there. See, it has a QA had recently pushes less than a minute ago. Means we merged, right? We go to QA, 7 commits are there, 7 commits. But in develop only 6 are there. So here 7 are there, right? So how many are there on QA first? This is QA. This is develop. Here we have this QA, which had only 5, right? Now I try to merge the changes from here to here. When I'm merging here, both 5 commits are common, right? Here and here till 5 it is common. Extra it has 6th commit. Yes or no? I'm trying to merge this. When you merge that 6th commit also comes here. Along with that, you are making merge, right? To track that, okay, you merged from one branch to other branch. To track that, GitHub will automatically create one more commit just to track the history as merging. So you merge the 6th commit from here to here. So that is 6th commit, it will track. Means here 5 and 5 are there. So 6th one it will take here. 6th commit ID will be there. Along with that, to indicate that it is not a normal commit, it is a merge from one branch to other branch. To track that, it will create one more commit ID just to indicate there has been a merge happened. Understood, guys?
Yes,
Understood. Okay. So if I go to QA branch commit history, right? This is QA branch.
Sir, can you repeat once?
See, both the branches had 5 commits, right? I made one extra commit into development branch. That is a 6th commit. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now I want to merge the latest changes from this branch to this branch, right? So I created
Yes.
a pull request and merged. So when I merge that, the 6th commit changes will come from here to here. Okay.
Okay.
But how you got the 6th commit here? Is it a normal commit? No, it is a merge, right?
Correct.
So to track that at the 6th commit, you got the 6th commit changes as a merge request, that pull request, but not as a normal commit. So for that, it will create one more commit. The 6th commit ID changes will come here, 6th as it is, the commit ID. But along with that, as you merge the changes from one branch to other branch, it will create one more commit ID to indicate that the changes has been merged. It is the 6th changes are not like normal commits. It is a merge between a branch. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So if I go to this QA branch commits, see, it is showing that till here the 5 commits are same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 6th commit, testing branch merging, we committed to development branch, right? The same came here. But along with that, it came one more merge, the pull request, whatever we merged, right? Just to indicate the merge has been happened, it will create one more pull request. One more commit ID here. Understood?
So in real time also works the same.
Yeah, yes. This is the
Okay.
real time. This is how we do in real time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just to indicate a merge has happened. For that merge also, the pull request is also like a commit. So for that, it created one more commit ID. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you remember that. How to merge the changes from one branch to other using?
Pull request.
Okay. While using git pull, right? I want to use git pull. What is my current connected branch? develop. If I use pull, right? If I use pull, if there are any commits made in any latest changes made into any one of the branch, right, or multiple branches, everything will be pulled. All the changes from all the branches will be pulled. But if you only develop, if there are any changes or latest commits made into development branch, only development branch changes will be pulled. If you use git pull, all the branch pulls will be pulled. Understood? Now, if you see here, develop, it is saying develop does not appear to be a git repository. Okay, please make sure you have right. Okay, it is current connected branch, so no problem, you have to use git pull.
Sir,
Okay. Ah, yes.
we are in develop branch only, but we are using a git pull development.
Yeah, that is what it is saying. It is just throwing, you have to use git pull. Okay, that is what it threw error here. In general, we use git pull, not specific branch. Okay, understood. I use git pull, it worked. Okay. Git pull fetch I discussed.
Using git pull, in which branch it will fetch,
Uh-huh.
sir? We are in develop branch.
Huh.
We use git pull means we don't giving any branch.
Yeah,
name,
it will pull all the changes. That is what I just said, right? I think you didn't hear. It will pull all the changes for all the branches, whatever you have, all the changes, everything it will pull. Right? Whatever the latest changes made into your GitHub repository, in all the branches, all the latest changes it will pull into your local. Okay.
Oh, from all the branches it will pull.
All the branches, for that, whatever the changes made into particular branch, that change it will pull.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I'm going to modify this. Let me take the same change and put it in b.java and commit it. Okay, I'm adding into b.java as well. I'll go here, git status, okay, git add dot git commit -m testing merge command using ba.java. For understanding, I'll write like this. I'll push it. I'll push that. In which branch I made these changes? Develop. Now, here also I can make the changes. Here also I can make the changes. I mean, no, this pull request we are making, right? Pull request we are making from one branch to other branch, right? Not only with that, through commands also we can make. Through commands also we can make. What is my current connected branch? Develop. So from this branch, I want to merge the development branch changes into QA branch. So what should I do is git checkout QA. Let's get into QA. Now just type git pull. Let's see if there are any changes made. Someone always, while we are pulling, while we are merging or something, it always better to do git pull. Okay, I pull, nothing is there. What is my current connected branch? QA. So now git merge develop. Okay, so git merge is the command which we can use. Not only that, pull equal to fetch plus merge. That merge will take the changes from that. If you use only git merge, it will take the changes from local git to workspace, update the changes, right? But if you use like this, git merge develop, that is a different scenario. This is a different scenario. I'm using git merge develop. So what it will do is it will merge the development branch changes to this QA branch. We moved, right, arrow mark from development to QA, that we are doing here, from development to QA. So there are some latest changes available in development branch. Now I'm going to merge those changes to QA branch. Understood, guys?
Yes,
Have understood this? Now merge. See, it is saying, so it is asking the merge commit. While creating a new pull request auto, it asks for the merge commit ID, right? Commit message, right? So I'm not giving this. I'm just giving the default message. If you want to write it, you can write it. So this is like a UI VI editor, escape:_WQ. I'm writing. I'm saving it. That's it, right? That's it. The changes merge made by the recursive strategy. Something it is merging the changes from development branch to QA branch. Now, do I need to commit this branch changes into QA branch? Not required. Why? Because those are already committed. Those are already committed in the development branch. Commit ID is generated. The same thing I got here. Now I just has to push the changes to QA branch. That's it. I just has to push the changes into QA branch. Now if I go here, the commit already committed changes only we are merging from development to QA, right? So in the development branch, I have 7 commits. Here already we had 7. Now if I go to QA, 9 we can see. Why? Because now we merge through commands. So the latest commit ID from develop will come here. And as we are merging, one more commit ID will come. So 7 was there. Now for merge 1 and that merge changes commit ID 1. So 2 total, 7 plus 2, 9. Understood, guys? So what is the command we use to merge the changes from one branch to other?
Git merge.
Git merge is the command, or else we can use new pull request. If you want to do through commands, we can do git merge, or else if you want to do through GitHub, then you can use a pull request option. Okay, this is the interview question. They'll ask how to merge, how to move the changes from one branch to other branch, right? This is merge. Okay, git merge or else new pull request, anything we can use. Okay, fine. Next. Okay, I discussed about this merge also just now I discussed. Okay. So okay, if you have created multiple new branches in local, yesterday we created git branch -b like this, we created new branches, right? If you have created multiple branches and you want to push all the new branches from your local to GitHub, then you can use this option, git pull minus all. This is no need to remember, you don't need to remember this. Now I want to delete a branch. This is important. I want to delete a branch. This is a little important. Observe this. See, I want to delete a branch from my GitHub. My GitHub, it is easy. Go to settings. Go to settings. Somewhere here you can see branches. I want to delete a branch. Okay. So where it is, delete branch. Okay, let's do one thing here. If we go here, somewhere the UI is little changed now. So there was some option called as branches here itself. Not here. Let me go to settings only. Anything they moved from here? We stay here only settings.
Branches is there, branches option, left side.
Yeah, no, that I saw. Somewhere here we were getting one option. Okay, if I go to this branches, here only it has to show that something. Branch protection rules it is showing, but delete branch it is not showing. The list of the branches.
There is an option like options in the actions.
Where this action? Let me see here. No, it's not here. It will show there we used to get one branches option here itself for the previous batch also, where it will be showing all the branches. We can select what we want to delete. Let me check the other thing. Moderation setting something. This. Let me check in security.
Sir, can you go in profile?
Okay. Just a second. Right. Template features, merge buttons, allow merge. This is delete repositories. There, if you want to delete this entire repository, this one, right? This entire repository, if you want to delete from GitHub, you can use this option. Or else you don't want to use it, you want to archive it. You compress and keep it as a backup, but you don't want to archive this, you can use this. Or else, who is the owner of this? Chaitanya is the owner. Right? He created this. If you don't want this, if you want to transfer this ownership to someone else, someone who has a GitHub account, he can use this transfer option and use this. But you want this option, but you don't want to make it public. You don't want everyone to use it. Later, you will make it usable. So you can change visibility. You can make it as private. Okay. So these are the different options for the repository, like delete a repository, archive a repository, transferring the ownership, or else making it as invisible or making private like that. Okay.
Sir,
yes.
if you click on delete this repository, in which branch it will be deleted, sir?
Bro, where is a branch inside the repository? What question you are asking?
No, in which branch means there are different branches, develop, main, etc.
Where are the branches? Where are the branches located? Under the repository, right?
Yes, sir.
When you are
so all those branches will be deleted.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. It is a deleted repository. Why you are asking for
Okay.
the branch? Okay, repository
Okay.
itself is deleted. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now somewhere. Okay, I'll show this later. Okay, this is earlier it was the branches. If you go to branches itself, hey, here itself it is there. Sorry, I was thinking here. It is here. Okay. So here there is some branches, right? So the UI is little changed. I got confused. So here itself there is one branches. So total 6 branches are available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So get into this branches. Get into this branches. Here, whatever the branch you want to delete. So here it will show this your branches means total number of branches. This is my default branch. From here also you can change the default branch. Okay. So from here also you can change the default branch. Yesterday we saw right how to change the default branch from settings. From here also you can change the default branch. My default branch is develop. These are my branches. Active branches means which I recently used frequently. This one, right? I want to delete one of the branch. I want to delete one of the branch. So while deleting, you cannot delete your default branch. So what is my default branch? When I refresh this, it is showing right development. So this is my default branch. Here it is showing, or else if I go here also, it will show the default branch. This is my default branch, develop, right? I cannot delete it. I cannot delete it because you cannot have a repository without a branch. So at least one branch is mandatory in the repository. So you cannot delete default branch. Now I want to delete like main pre-prod branch. You can delete it here. That's it. Once you delete by mistakenly, if you have deleted, if you want to restore, you can click on restore, it will come up. But once you delete it, if you refresh or somewhere you go and come back, right? That is deleted, done. You cannot get that back. You cannot get that back. I deleted a branch. I want to get this into my local. The deleted branch has to be deleted in my local as well. If you pull the changes, it will show that, right? That deleted branch is gone. It will not be shown, right? So it is not showing actually. It is not there, right? Now, this is how we delete a branch from GitHub. I want to delete a branch in my local in a reverse order. I don't want to delete from GitHub and get in local. I want to delete in my local itself. How to delete a branch is like this: git delete. What is the branch name? Sorry, git branch, not delete. Git branch -d. What is the branch name do I have here? Git branch. Let me delete the test branch. Git branch -d test. That has been deleted. But where it is deleted? In my local. But if I go to my GitHub, still I'll be able to see that branch. I deleted in my local. So the deleted branch I want to push into my GitHub as well. So how you push a deleted branch? It is very important. You remember this. Git push origin space : that